To meet the urgent needs of quake survivors in Nepal following the Buddha Day ceremony, Tzu Chi volunteers organized a 3-day aid distribution in Bhaktapur. Parts of the distribution, however, the volunteers faced difficulties in purchasing enough relief items and finding a suitable distribution site. Next, we find out how the volunteers overcame these challenges.
With 2,800 households on the recipient list, long lines of earthquake victims could be seen at the distribution site. Upon verifying their IDs, quake survivors received the much-needed 30 kilograms of rice and daily necessities. Volunteers also helped those who could not carry the heavy supplies.
My house has collapsed and I'm staying in a tent. I'm glad to get these supplies.
To provide the much-needed supplies for the 3-day distribution, volunteers shop at many supermarkets.
It was difficult because we had to buy a lot of supplies, and one supermarket wasn't enough, so we had to go to 4 or 5.
Some quake survivors might wonder why Tzu Chi volunteers came to deliver aid. The letter from Master Chen Yan offers the answer.
On April 25th, the magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck Nepal, and since then I have been worried about your safety.
As the quake survivors happily brought back the needy supplies, they also felt the love and care of Tzu Chi volunteers around the world. Prior to giving out supplies, Tzu Chi volunteers changed the distribution site from the tent area to another location for security reasons.
Purchasing the relief items, finding the storage space, and planning the distribution procedure in a short period of time were very difficult, especially because we were also holding the Buddha Day ceremony. Holding meetings would not have helped, as we had to make quick decisions on the spot. Fortunately, the city government lent a hand, so the army is maintaining security and order.
The distribution site is next to the tent area. As the heavy rain left the ground wet and muddy, Cash for Work participants and soldiers pave a road with bricks.
It rained heavily yesterday. Fortunately, 40 soldiers and 100 local volunteers came to help. They paved the road so that quake survivors would not hurt their feet when they came.
The volunteers also decorated the ceremonial tables in the tent area. They worked together so that everyone could pray for Nepal at the Buddha Day ceremony in the Buddha's birthplace.
In addition to Tzu Chi volunteers, Cash for Work participants have also come to the Buddha Day ceremony. More importantly, our biggest goal today is for the quake survivors in the tent area to come join the Buddha Day ceremony.